Hello, hello, hello. Jolly good evening from Lagos, Nigeria. How are you doing today? And trust you're having a great week. Today we'll be talking about three trends that could influence Nigeria real estate market by 2026. Ha ha ha. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be having this discussion because this discussion is what I've been meditating on how real estate markets will be by 2026 and how you as an investor can position yourself strategically for this massive explosion. How you can position yourself strategically for this massive explosion. Real estate markets in 2026. Three trends that could influence Nigeria real estate market. There's one thing I want you to understand is that emerging markets are fast rising. Properties in Lagos, Nigeria are becoming out of hand for a low income and middle income earner. They can no longer afford it. We can see what's going on in Lagos. Rent is increasing. Those that don't own a home, they pay heavily for rent. They pay heavily for rent. We are now moving into that era where people don't no longer care about what lands and homes are being sold for in emerging locations. And that's why I'm bringing this topic to us tonight. Number one trend, number one emerging trend that could reshape, that could influence Nigeria real estate market is the rise of emerging cities. The rise of emerging cities. If you are just joining us, kindly tell us your name and the city you're joining us from, and kindly share this video so that others can benefit from this. Others can benefit from this. So number one trend is the rise of emerging cities. The rise, the rise of emerging cities. The rise of emerging cities. Number one trend, the rise of emerging cities. The rise of emerging cities. What are emerging cities? Emerging cities are locations, they are alternative locations that people consider if they can't afford to buy real estate in Lagos, because Lagos real estate market now is for those that have enough money to set aside for it. Right now, it's not for it's not for low income men. It's not for civil servants like they normally say. Lagos real estate market right now is not for civil servant. It's not for civil servant. It's for those that have made a lot of money and looking at investing in high value location. Do you get that? Do you get that? The rise of emerging cities. If you can't afford Lagos, Nigeria today, you are not late. What you should be looking out for is the rise of emerging cities. And what are emerging cities? Emerging cities are those locations that are fast rising. Locations like Ibadan, locations like Enugu, locations like Port Harcourt, locations like Ogun State, locations like Uyo. Those are emerging locations. They are where people are going right now. And you, as an investor, the best way that you can position yourself is by strategically positioning yourself in these emerging locations. Emerging locations. We have Ibadan as number one. And the reason why I'm choosing Ibadan as number one is because presently there's a lot of development going on there. And we know that in a location where a lot of development is happening, we definitely witness high return on investment. Presently, they are developing not just an airport, international airport, international, international airport in Ibadan right now. Their local airports, they are transforming it into international. And I know that you don't want to miss this. You will not like to miss this. Smart investors are strategically positioning themselves there. We all know that for years, Lagos and Abuja dominated real estate spotlight. And why they continue to hold strong value, there's a noticeable rise in investors' interest in emerging markets. Investors that can't afford Lagos, Nigeria right now, they are now going to Ibadan, they are going to Uyo, they are going to Enugu, they are going to Ogun State, because those are the emerging markets that they can afford right now. Lagos is no longer for civil servants, except if you have some other businesses that you are running aside your civil servant. Then you can still manage to afford some outskirt of Lagos. Do you get it? That's it. That's it. And where there is infrastructure, real estate will always thrive. Land is more affordable in emerging locations. By 2026, investors who move early into these high potential regions, they may find themselves ahead of the curve. As an investor, the only way that you can find yourself ahead of the curve is by positioning yourself in these emerging locations like Ibadan, Uyo, Enugu, and we can also say Port Harcourt. Where else again? Okay, we can also consider Benin, Asaba, Asaba. These places, you know, we can consider them as emerging locations. They are fast rising. Investors are positioned themselves now. Now, like today, they may find themselves ahead of the curve. So for you to find yourself ahead of the curve, this curve that is rising, ahead of the curve, ahead of the curve, ahead of the curve of this rising market, investors that are positioning themselves in this rise of emerging cities, they are already be ahead. So if you are now coming later, oh, I pray that may it not be too late for you. People that are investing in Lagos right now, it's late. It's late. It's no longer for civil servants. It's for big business owners, big investors, institutional investors, foreign investors that have worked so hard, made a lot of money, and just want to put their money in an investment that will rise. Those are the places for Lagos and Abuja. Let's move on to number two. I said there are three trends that could influence the Nigeria real estate market by 2026. Number two is that the policy is becoming a market shaper. That's powerful. The policy is becoming a market shaper. Policy is becoming a market shaper. Number two, policy is becoming a market shaper. Policy. Policy. We all know that government is no longer sitting on sidelines. Do you know that? So right now, new policies around land use, housing finance, and developers accountability are reshaping the rules. Those new policies, they are reshaping the rules. They are reshaping the rules of engagement. So you all need to know that by 2026, policy will be a major driver of housing growth. This policy, they will be a major driver of housing growth. So if you can start investing right now in fast rising emerging cities like Ibadan, Uyo, Asaba, Port Harcourt, Benin, Enugu, then you find yourself ahead of the curve. If you want to find yourself ahead of the curve, The best you can do right now is to start considering emerging locations. Oh, I did not even mention Ogun State as part of the emerging locations. Ogun State. So I mentioned six emerging cities. Policies, new policies that will shape both land use act, housing finance, developers accountability. They will reshape this housing market. And the best you can do for yourself and your family is to go and position yourself. Go and position yourself. Start. Real estate is the most solid investment. Get started. Don't wait for someone to be reminding you. Do you get it? Number three. Okay, under this policy is becoming, okay, I believe you all got that. Let's move to number three, the new real estate buyer. The new real estate buyer. The new real estate buyer. So this report was gotten from Nigeria housing market. And as an investor, your only medicine, your only strategy to becoming a savvy investor in the real estate market is by staying ahead, knowing what is going on in the marketplace. If you don't know what's going on in the marketplace, then you will invest wrongly. That's why some people used to complain that, oh, they invested in a particular location in their village and, the investment is just there, no return. It's just there. It's just static. Their investment is not increasing in value. So who will now be the new real estate buyers? We all know that today, real estate buyer is younger, sharper, and far more discerning. If you are in real estate, if you are investing in real estate and you are not discerning enough, then you will put your money in the wrong thing. So you must be fast discerning. Millennials and diaspora investors, they are taking massive advantage. Because these trends, they will influence Nigerian market. Investors right now demand transparency. They just want to be sure that, they are putting money in the right place. They are not just asking how much. They are putting money in the place that, yes, they are sure that the return is going to rise. We can take a look at Ibadan. They are converting their local airport to international airport. They are doing most of the major roads. A lot of projects are going on. The dry seaport, the train station, a lot of development are going on in Ibadan. So you can't afford to miss this. For you to be ahead of the curve, you've got to take massive advantage of this rise of emerging cities that I listed on the board. For you to invest in real estate, especially in rising cities, you must be very sure that it is future proof. And what will make you know that it is future proof is your research. And you don't even need to stress yourself on doing the research. That's why I'm here for you. The property evangelist is here for you. I'm here for you. I did for you, my friend. I did for you, my investor friend. I'm here for you. I've done the research in Nigeria housing market and I'm teaching it out. The best way you can make massive return is by staying ahead, having data that will make you make an informed decision and not just a mumu information, not a mugu information that will make you make a wrong decision. Of course, you've got to stay ahead, and the only way you can stay ahead is by getting real-time information that will lead to your financial transformation. For you to stay relevant in the real estate market, you've got to invest based on data. Savvy investors, they look at data before they invest. So as a real estate investor, you need to be very careful that you are not investing in a wrong project. Do your due diligence, get your lawyer, take possession of your land, do your corner piece, do your fencing, and position yourself for this curve. Position yourself for the rise of this real estate. Do you get it? I believe with this viewpoint of mine, with these three trends, you can start positioning yourself today for massive return on your investment by 2026 and beyond 2026. The ball is in your court. Whether you want to build well or you want to stay where you are. Remember that where you are today is the result of the actions you made yesterday. And where you be tomorrow will be the result of the actions you taking today. The ball is in your court. You've got to take action. For you to become financially free, you've got to set massive target for yourself. Oh, I want to be worth $1 million in the next 5 years. I want to be worth $100 million in the next 10 years. I want to be worth $1 billion in the next 20 years. I want to be worth $100 billion in the next 30 years. All these are just goals. The job is in your hand. You've got to take massive action. Massive action. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to learn the act of delayed gratification. You've got to learn the act of delayed gratification. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to learn to sacrifice today's enjoyment. You've got to learn to sacrifice today's pain for tomorrow's enjoyment. You've got to learn to sacrifice today's pain for tomorrow's enjoyment. Type it in the chat box. Sacrifice today's pain for tomorrow's enjoyment. Sacrifice today's parties. Sacrifice designers for tomorrow's enjoyment. Sacrifice today's Brazilian hair. Bone straight for tomorrow's enjoyment. Those that will live, those that will enjoy in the future are those that are sacrificing their today. So if you want to enjoy your future, you've got to sacrifice today. No matter how little you are earning, you can always build up a savings for yourself. Build up savings for yourself. You don't have to spend everything that you see. Life is already hard. And you make it more harder if you don't set aside funds for your financial freedom investment. You've got to get a financial freedom plan. Without a financial freedom plan, you cannot attain financial freedom. You cannot attain financial freedom. I think with this viewpoint of mine, you've been able to get my point. I wish you success in your investment journey. Contact me on 08101156057 for you to get started in your real estate investment. And bye for now. Love you.